everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Easy Talk Time. I'm Olivia, and as always, I am joined by my wonderful co-host, Sam.
Hey, Olivia, and hey to everyone listening at home, or in the car, or maybe you're at the gym standing next to a machine you don't know how to use yet. Because today we are attacking me personally.
Not just you, Sam. I think we're talking about something that almost everyone listening has experienced at least once, or if you're like Sam, maybe 10 or 20 times. We are talking about the beginner's trap, that strange phenomenon where we buy all the gear, the gadgets, and the outfits, but we never actually get around to doing the hobby.
Okay, so hear me out. You know what's funny? My guest bedroom closet is actually a graveyard for dreams I haven't even started yet. I have a high-end yoga mat that has never felt a floor. I have a set of professional oil paints that are still shrink-wrapped. I even have a microphone, a really nice one, that sat in a box for 6 months before I even plugged it in.
Oh, I totally get that. There is this strange rush we get when we click buy now, isn't there? It feels like we've already achieved the goal just because the box is on the way. It's like a shot of dopamine.
Exactly. That's the trap. I feel like a professional athlete when I'm buying the shoes. I'm looking at the specs, I'm reading the reviews, I'm comparing the carbon fiber plating. And in my head, I'm already crossing the finish line of a marathon. But then the shoes arrive, and I realize, oh wait, I actually have to go outside and run now. That part is much less fun.
That's such a good point. And actually, there's a psychological term for that. It's called identity prototyping. We buy the gear because it makes us feel like the person we want to be. When you buy those oil paints, for a moment, you're an artist. You've claimed the identity before you've done the work.
Yes, exactly. In my head, I'm standing in a sunlit studio with a beret on, creating a masterpiece. I'm not Sam who's tired after a long day of work. I'm Sam the painter. The equipment is like a costume. But then you realize that the costume doesn't give you the skill.
But the reality is, starting is messy. Starting is being bad at something. And I think that's where the fear creeps in. It's much safer to have the equipment in the box because as long as it's there, you have potential.
You know what's funny? I think I'm actually afraid of the equipment. Like, if I use this expensive camera and the photos look terrible, then I can't blame the camera anymore. I have to admit that I just don't know how to take photos yet. It's like the equipment removes my excuses.
That is so honest, Sam. It's a safety net, isn't it? As long as the gear's in the box, the dream is still perfect. The moment you open it, you have to face the learning curve. I remember when I started this podcast, I spent weeks, literally weeks, researching the perfect ergonomic chair, as if the chair was going to make my sentences clearer.
A professional sitting specialist, that's classic. But seriously, Olivia, you're someone who actually does start. You have your hobbies, you have your projects. How do you get past that shiny new box phase? Is there a secret?
Well, I had to learn the hard way. I used to do the same thing, but then I realized that gear acquisition syndrome, or GAS as some people call it, is just a very expensive form of procrastination. Now I have a rule. I'm not allowed to buy the pro version of anything until I finished at least 1 month of the hobby with the most basic, cheapest version possible.
1 whole month? Without the cool gadgets? It sounds like torture. How can I learn to play guitar if I don't have the one with the gold-plated tuners?
It's a reality check. If I want to be a runner, I run in my old sneakers for a month. If I'm still running after 30 days, then I get the fancy ones. It proves to me that I actually like the activity, not just the shopping. Most of the time, we just like the shopping, Sam.
You're calling me out. I do love a good unboxing video. Okay, so hear me out. What if the gear is what motivates me? Like, if I buy the expensive guitar, I'll feel guilty if I don't play it. So the guilt becomes the fuel. I'll look at it and think, Sam, you spent $500 on that. Go practice.
Does that actually work for you, though? Be honest, because for most people, guilt is a heavy weight.
No. Usually I just look at the guitar, feel a wave of shame, and then turn on the TV so I don't have to look at the guitar anymore. It's a vicious cycle. The more expensive the equipment, the more pressure I feel to be good immediately.
And that's the thing. Guilt is a terrible motivator. It makes the hobby feel like a chore or a job you're failing at. We want our hobbies to be a source of joy, not a source of I should have done that.
You're right. It's like we're trying to buy the discipline. But you can't buy discipline on the internet. It doesn't come with free 2-day shipping. I've checked.
I wish it did. I'd have a subscription for that. But really, for our listeners who are sitting there looking at a box of unused gym equipment or a stack of unread books, what's the first step to just starting?
I think, for me, it's about lowering the bar, like way, way down. Instead of saying, I'm going to record a whole album with this new software, maybe I just promise to make one weird noise with the synthesizer today. Just one. If I make a sound, I win.
Oh, I totally get that. Small wins. If you have the equipment, your only job today is to take it out of the box. That's it. Don't try to use it yet. Don't read the 200-page manual. Just put it on the desk. Let it live in your space. Make it a normal part of your room instead of a special object.
I can do that. I am professional at taking things out of boxes. I'm very good at the plastic peeling part.
And then tomorrow, maybe you turn it on for 5 minutes. No pressure to create a masterpiece. Just play. We forget how to play, Sam. We get so focused on the end result and the professional gear that we forget that hobbies are supposed to be a playground, not a factory.
You know what's funny? I realized I spend more time watching YouTube tutorials about the gear than I do actually using the gear. I know everything about the aperture and the ISO and the sensor size of my camera, but I haven't taken a single photo of the birds in my backyard. I'm a theoretical photographer.
It's a trap. Information consumption feels like progress, but it's actually just staying still. It's passive learning versus active doing. It's easier to watch a video of someone else doing it than it is to risk being bad at it ourselves.
Okay, so here is my big confession for the day. I bought a very expensive espresso machine 3 months ago, one of those ones with the levers and the steam wands that look like they belong in a laboratory.
Oh, Sam, those are so complicated. Are you making beautiful lattes every morning?
I've used it twice. It has so many buttons, Olivia. I got scared. I saw a puff of steam once and I thought it was going to explode. I went back to my instant coffee because it's safer.
Oh, Sam, that machine is probably lonely. Okay, new goal. Tomorrow, you are going to make 1 espresso. It doesn't have to taste good. It can be the worst, most bitter coffee in the world, but you have to use the machine.
What if I break it? What if I clog the filter?
Then you'll have a very expensive story to tell. But you won't. It's a tool, not a museum piece. Tools are meant to be used, scratched, and understood. A hammer isn't happy until it hits a nail, right?
You're right. I need to stop treating my stuff like it's behind glass. I bought it to use it. I think I'm also worried about wasting it. Like if I use the good paint for a bad painting, I've wasted the paint.
That's such a good point. And actually, you waste it more by not using it. Paint dries up in the tube. Machines rust if they don't run. The only way to truly waste equipment is to let it sit in a closet.
Wow, that actually hit deep. The only way to waste it is to not use it. I think I need to write that on my wall.
Put it right next to the espresso machine. But really, for everyone listening, what is that one thing you bought that's gathering dust? Maybe it's a language learning app you paid for but haven't opened. Maybe it's a yoga mat. Maybe it's a slow cooker.
Yeah, tell us. Or better yet, don't tell us. Just go use it for 5 minutes, right now. Pause this podcast, we'll wait until we're finished, and then go do it.
That's such a good point. 5 minutes is nothing. It's short enough that your brain can't make an excuse. You can't say, I don't have time, because everyone has 5 minutes.
Everyone, even me. I think I can handle 5 minutes with the espresso machine. If I don't come back for the next episode, I've probably been covered in milk foam or I've accidentally started a small steam-powered revolution in my kitchen.
We'll send a search party. But really, it's about being kind to yourself. You aren't a failure because you haven't started yet. You're just in the preparing phase. Now it's just time to transition into the doing phase.
I like that, the doing phase. Sounds like a cool sci-fi movie. I'd buy the poster for that movie.
You'd buy the poster but never watch the movie, Sam.
Okay, that was a low blow. True, but low.
I'm just kidding. But really, the joy of a hobby isn't in the gear. It's in the messy, imperfect process of learning. It's okay to be a beginner. It's okay to have beginner gear, too.
You know what? I'm going home today and I'm opening that box of oil paints. I'm going to make a mess. I'm going to paint a tree that looks like a green cloud on a stick.
That's the spirit. A green cloud on a stick is a start, and a start is more than you had yesterday.
Exactly. Progress over perfection. That's what I'm aiming for.
Well, I think that's a perfect place to wrap up for today. Sam, go make that coffee and paint that cloud.
I'm going. I might even try to make a little heart shape in the coffee foam with my green paint. Wait, no, that's a bad idea.
Please don't mix the paint and the coffee, Sam.
Right, good call. Start the machine, paint the cloud, keep them separate. Got it. Thanks for the talk, Olivia. It actually made me feel a lot better about my graveyard of dreams. I think I'm ready to resurrect a few of them.
Anytime, Sam. And thanks to all of you for listening to Easy Talk Time. If you enjoyed this, maybe share it with a friend who has a closet full of potential hobbies, too. We'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Go up in a box.
And keep starting. Bye.
Jeez, seriously, where is the manual for that espresso machine?
Sam, go.
Going.
If you enjoyed this, subscribe to Easy Talk Time and keep learning English with us.